The government now has set up a panel now for the revamp of the Censor Board. We are getting to hear that Shyam Benegal is going to be heading this panel. So is this some kind of a revamp that is already on the mind of the government? Remember, the Censor Board has been caught in some bit of controversy. It does have some bit of checkered past. So what really is the government mulling on? We are getting to hear that Shyam Benegal is going to be heading this panel, and the government there essentially looking at this panel when it comes to revamp of the Censor Board. The Censor Board, remember, of late has been stuck in a number of controversies, getting some bit of embarrassment for the government. Navika with us breaking down more details. Navika, what more do we know about this?
Well, the government has set up now, the Information and Broadcasting Ministry has set up a new committee. This committee is headed by Shyam Benegal. In fact, what this committee will do is understand the Cinematograph Act and guide the Central Board for Film Certification on how to keep aesthetic expression and leave space for creativity when they do their censorship job. This will also look at the staffing patterns of the CBFC. The members of the committee include Rakeysh Omprakash Mehra, Piyush Pandey, Bhawana Somaaya, and the Joint Secretary of the Government of India from the Information and Broadcasting Ministry. This comes as a huge up. Prime Minister himself specifically intervening in this entire matter and has asked for a revamping of the functioning of the way Censor Board certifications are done in this country. Shyam Benegal heading this report, which will submit its report in 2 months from now. And clearly it is stating its unhappiness with the running of the Censor Board of Film Certification, that this entire step has been taken. The Finance Minister as well as Information and Broadcasting Minister Arun Jaitley sitting together in separate meetings and coming up with this new committee on the 1st of January, clearly taking a hint that the appointment of Pehlaj Nilani had not gone down well with the public in general, and looking at norms on how to improve.
Mr. Shyam Benegal is with us now on the phone line. Mr. Benegal, many thanks for talking to us here on Times Now. Sir, are you already aware about this decision? Are you in touch with the government, sir? What is your role essentially going to be?
Well, Mr. Rathod spoke to me, the minister, this is a couple of days ago, and he told me that they were setting up the committee to look into the problems of film certification and whether I would like to be a member of such a committee. I said, most certainly. You see, because one of the things is it's one of those really knotty problems. You know, it's not easy to sort out because we've had censorship in this country for film for a very long time, and eventually it doesn't always work properly. It doesn't work well either for the filmmaker, nor does it work well even for the audience. You know, and usually there's been constantly different kinds of problems that are associated with censorship. So the whole idea of certification needs to be looked at. And I think, you know, there is no such thing as a permanent solution. It has to be looked at from time to time. And this is one of the times when the government wants to look at it.
All right. And so we do also understand that the government is wanting to put into place a mechanism that's essentially going to be ensuring a more balanced composition of the panel, also to get in more transparency, professionalism when it comes to functioning. What really will be the core areas, sir, that you will be getting started with?
Well, that's the main thing, you see. Transparency is very important. Responsibility is also very important. You know, you cannot have an anonymous bunch of people looking at a film and making comments when they know that it's not going to be ascribed to them, you know. You have to. I mean, I think this is a very good thing that the government is doing. Because for a long time, there have been so many problems, as we all know, I mean, even you know, that there are problems associated with censorship of any kind, you know, let alone film. But in this case, it's about the cinema, of course.